back due to popular demand.
If you've been refreshing Spotify for the last 5 years, trying to find an episode, well, I've got news for you. We're back. So
you comfortable, mate? Can we start talking footy?
Who played first? Yeah, it was Richmond versus Carlton.
Yeah, okay. Let's get stuck into that
So what
game.
a game! That game was interesting, wasn't it?
Boring
game.
Yeah.
First half, the Blues came out firing,
They did.
and it was the same old tale, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I actually called it before the game.
You didn't go, did you?
I didn't go for on purpose.
Yeah.
Not to boycott, but just to prove a point that club no longer gives me happiness.
Yeah.
It no longer gives me the security I've hoped for.
Because when you texted me, I'm like, no, you're taking the piss. Because you always do that. You're always like, no, I'm not going. I'm sick of it.
And I always end up going.
One of those ones, yeah. And I thought, yeah, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
And then 7:40 rolls around Thursday night, and you're actually not there.
Yeah.
Fuck, you were tucked away. It was actually very cold that night as well. Very cold, very rainy. And the rain, all sitting level 4.
Yeah, right. Was it coming right at you?
Yeah, the rain was like diagonal. Like the wind pushed there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Rather not be here. And you were snuggled up like a turd.
Anyways, I called it before the game. I said the only way Carlton would prove me wrong was winning by 60 plus. Because that's where we should be at. As a football club, as a team, as a list, we should be there to comfortably at Richmond, not just a win, a comfortable belting.
Yeah.
A fuck you right up your ass sort of belting. But I knew we're not capable of that. Just mentally, we're not. Physically, we're not. We've got the players for it, but for some reason, whatever it is, I don't know, it's not working at that football club. So I chose not to go, chose to watch it at home. And they proved me right. A piss week, 4-point win over the Tigers. Bunch of no-namers. A lot of people didn't like that I said that in my Instagram reels. But I stand by it.
A rebuilding team.
A bunch of fucking no-namers.
You expect to beat them.
Who the fuck is Steely Green? And who, more importantly, who calls their kid Steely?
Yeah. Poor kid.
Poor bloke.
Yeah.
He killed us. They did really well. Kicked 2 goals.
Hope he got through school well.
Yeah, and that Armstrong guy.
But he's a good player. Like, I'll give him credit.
He's a good player, don't get me wrong.
Full credit to Richmond. Like, they came to play.
Who's that Armstrong guy, Adam? Talking through him.
Armstrong, he's a second-round pick, I think, last year.
Yeah, well, mate.
Key position.
You're going to lose to these blokes?
Yeah,
Seriously?
I know. They're in a rebuilding phase, and it's not good enough, obviously, as a club who should be making the top 8.
Sam Lairlaw, though. Love Lairlaw.
I mean, when I say making top 8...
What?
Like,
wait, hold on, what?
A club that fans expect a lot of this group.
They do.
Fans would come into this season, a lot of Carlton fans saying they should make top 8. Well, at least the wild card round.
What? Richmond? You talking about Richmond?
Carlton.
Oh, Carlton. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Fuck, I thought you were talking about Richmond for a second.
That's what I'm saying. To just beat a team.
I don't think anyone's expecting anything from Richmond. They're in a rebuilding phase over the next 5 years. But Carlton, yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, with the Blues, a lot of people do expect the list they've got, they should be making the top 8 quite comfortably. But the reality of that is, mentally, physically, we're not there.
But then I to be honest, though, I'll go against that point about like going into this season. I thought top 8 or wild card round should be the aim. But then I think I've sort of changed my views. I think the team that was put out there on Thursday night, I looked at the team and I went through the names and I looked at a lot of the players and I thought a lot of these guys wouldn't get games at a top 8 side. Like I don't think it's the same.
Tell me some names.
Just like Lockie Fogarty, guys like that.
Which is a shame because he once was a really quality player.
A quality player.
Good, yeah.
Like the Hudson O'Keefes and would Zach Williams get a game on the top 8 side? Like, if I go to the top of my head,
I think Zach Williams is a bit stiff. He does
probably
provide
a bit
that.
stiff.
He probably will get a game in a top 8 side.
Yeah, Lewis Young,
yeah.
credit, he tries his best, but I don't think he's up to it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've saying that for years. I just think Carlton fans have unrealistic expectations of this group. I don't think it's the same team or list as it was at the start of Voss's tenure.
Yeah.
Like 2022, 2023, you look at the names, you have Curnow in his prime and, Adam Sard in his prime and Doherty's in his prime, Mackay's, all these guys.
And some of those players that you mentioned, like the Williams and the Fogartys, they weren't, I'm not going to say they were in their primes in 2023, but they were such quality players that played pivotal positions.
Yeah.
Like Fogarty was the best, arguably the best 1%er player in the competition at Carlton. Arguably the best. Played his role, forward pressure was elite, his tackling was sensational. I remember I was comparing him to fucking, who did I compare him to back in 2023? Was it Bo McCreary for his... Yeah, I was making some bullshit comparisons back then because he was that good. But to get back on the topic, I'm probably more on the side of the frustration I'm probably more on the side of the frustration as a Carlton supporter, coming off the end of 2023 and 2024 seasons.
Yeah, exactly
2025 was a complete bust.
I think the window was 2022 to 2024.
It was,
They should have done something more in those 3 years.
So now we're at the back end of the list where we've had those plays and we've experienced I'm going to say like somewhat success in 2023.
And now they're getting older.
And it underperformed in 2024.
Yeah.
2025 was a complete bust. Now we're in 2026, and all these players are older, arguably past their prime. How long could Cripps go on for, mate?
Exactly. Sard's probably past his prime. I don't want to sit
Newman's probably past his prime.
I don't want to sit here and write off players now in round one.
Nah.
But like the reality
It's
is,
just
that's
frustrating,
how you
mate.
look at it on paper. A lot of guys past that 30-year-old age, where it's like, do you persist with these guys and flog a dead horse, or do you have to, rebuild again?
The vibe of the club for me has died.
Yeah.
I've named it this year as, I refer to the Carlton Football Club as a soul-crushing club.
Yeah.
Full of false hope, full of disappointment. And it hurts, mate. It hurts because, 24, 22, 25 this year. I know I look much older than I am. But, I've supported this club for a long, long time, wholeheartedly. And I've got to the stage now where I'm exhausted. As a fan, as a supporter, I pay my membership every year and now I'm exhausted. So
Yeah.
I've given all to this football club as much as I can for a supporter, And I'm
Had to
just
shed a tear, mate.
keep getting let down, mate. I
Yeah.
keep getting let down. It's got to the stage, well, how much can you care at the end of the day?
Yeah.
You start to think it's just football. It's something
Yeah.
out of your control. And it's so sad that I've got to that point in life. It is so sad because I used to live for the weekends. It used to get me through the winter, looking forward to watch Carlton play, win, lose or draw. Now it's just
Yeah.
nothing. The feeling's gone for me. It's so sad.
That leads to my next question, actually, for you. Maybe I'll comment on this first and I'll ask you what you think of it. Where are you in the camp of, should Voss stay, should Voss go? Because obviously, the whole thing about Carlton
Yeah.
is, we're second coaches. You go through Malthouse and Radden and Bolden and Teague. You can't give second coaches.
You can't, mate.
But it gets to a point where it's like, I think Voss is at the best list out of Teague and Bolden.
He has.
And look,
Definitely.
he's taken this club to a prelim, but with this list he's had in previous years, could have he done more with it?
100% he could have done
like,
more with it.
Is it
It was
on
very
him?
short-lived. The list was very short-lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that good season in 2023, and that took us to about round 10 or 11 to get us going. Remember,
Yeah.
we had that real poor start.
Yeah.
I think we were 4-8. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think a draw in there as well. 4
Yeah.
and 8. They were bottom 4 at round 15.
And Vossi had the team to go all the way, and it clicked second half of that 2023 season. But then what happened in 2024? We just made the 8 and got belted by Brisbane.
Yeah, that was the opposite. They started well, and then finished
poorly. And then 2025 we didn't make finals.
Yeah,
And then now we're in 2026 and we're beating Richmond by 4 points. So it's incredibly short-lived, our success with Voss. And it makes you think if we had a coach like Adam Simpson, say we brought him in a year ago, would he have got the most out of these boys?
yeah,
I'm starting to think he would. We forget Adam Simpson's a premiership coach, mate. Yeah, his
yeah.
career at West Coast ended pretty poorly. But the bloke won a premiership, so he knows what it takes.
Yeah, well, Graham Wright's brought in Adam Simpson as that part-time sort of consulting role. I think...
Which I think is a wank.
What sort of message does that send to the group? To me, that sounds like we
It's
don't...
like a babysitting role.
You know what that says to me? That sounds like we don't trust the coach.
Yeah, of
We don't
course.
trust Voss.
Yeah, I agree.
And obviously, a lot of speculation about, Graham Wright potentially sounded out Craig McRae. I'm not sure if you saw those reports.
I did.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know. For me, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. So I think, in my opinion, I think Voss was on the chopping block if a good coach came available. They weren't ready to explore an untried coach. It was more so, could we get a McRae, a Simpson, a Longmire? No one formidable could become available, and it's like, okay, we'll stick to our guns, we'll back Voss in for another year. Also, the whole complications of them paying him out an extra year, the soft cap, how does that work? I just think, what I'm trying to say is, I think the message it sends is, if we need to get a consulting role, a guy like Adam Simpson to come in and assist Voss, that says to me that we don't trust our coach. He needs help.
Definitely. He needs support.
And trust just filters through the club. What do the players think if the coach isn't backed? What do the fans think? You know what I mean? It's like everyone asks, do you trust Voss? We ask the fans. Well, the own board didn't trust Voss. So how can the fans trust him?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So we'll see how it plays out. I think
It's a real Carlton thing to just sack a coach and move
Yeah.
on. What I like about it is they've backed him in,
Yeah.
which is an unlike Carlton thing.
Yeah.
And I guess the babysitter and Adam Simpson has come in and sort of come in as a consultancy role for him we're providing that support for our head coach. So it does show that, on the contrary, it does show that we are backing him in and we're providing him that support. However, if you look at it on the other side, well, for what you're saying, it looks like we don't back him in.
Yeah.
And we're trying to compensate for that by bringing in more expertise, more knowledgeable blokes like Adam Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Should he stay or should he go? Does he get it? Does he see it through in 2026?
I think they get rid of him eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll get rid of him, yeah.
So if Carlton don't win another game for the next 4 rounds and we are
Well, look
1
at
and
the draw.
6,
They got North next and Melbourne. Well, I think Melbourne and North. If they lose those next two, I don't know. Coaches don't really get sacked this early, though.
nah, you don't really. I reckon by round 10,
Yeah.
if we're not at least 6 and 4, or whatever it will be, whatever the ratio is, if it's not 60-40% by round 10, he's in trouble. He's
Yeah.
in trouble.
Yeah, I think they'll make a call at
They'll
the
make
bye
a call around,
if he's
yeah.
going that poorly.
Yeah. Anyway, should we move on, Adam? Enough
Yeah,
about
enough
Carlton.
about Carlton. It's been a lot of dribble. It's like they lost.
It's been a lot of
It's like they
it's like
lost.
they lost. They won by
Yeah,
4
they
points. They
did
got the
win.
4 points at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it was a poor performance. They
Yeah.
did win. You banked the 4 points and moved on. I think when the dust settles, like it has over the weekend, you sort of sit back and go, okay, we'll take the 4 points and move on.
Exactly
but
right, yeah.
I must say, in the moment, being at the game when that final siren went, it was like a loss.
Yeah.
The way the fans sort of reacted to it, and the dialogue on Instagram and X and all these platforms, and even SEN, driving back home and listening to SEN, it was like Carlton lost.
Yeah.
So it just shows the expectations the fans have on this group.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure playing for that football
Yeah,
club.
and it's tough. Yeah, it is. But yeah, look, it's a long season. We'll see how it plays out. Flags aren't won in March.
No.
You know what I mean? So
No.
we'll see how we go. But yeah, interesting times ahead. But yeah, maybe we'll move on to some other football talk.
Yeah, right. What should we talk about now? What's next on the chopping board?
Um,
Okay, I've got a question.
go on.
Hawks 2026. Now, they've copped a lot of criticism
Yeah.
because they lack depth,
Yeah.
which they do.
Yeah.
I feel like the team that they've got playing right now on the park
Yeah.
is good enough to contend for a premiership.
Yeah.
However, it's incredibly injury prone. Like, that's banking on your McDonald's to stay fit
Yeah.
for the whole season.
He had a good game in the weekend.
Great
Friday
game.
night, yeah.
But as we know, he's prone to getting injured during
Yeah.
the season. Obviously they need Will Day back. So
Day, yeah.
that's a good little golden piece to come back for the horse
You can't
in
really
the midfield.
trust guys like that.
But you can't.
Maybe,
They
yeah.
can't. Like, they've got their X factors. They don't like
Yeah.
X factors. They've got their Ginovans. They've got their Watsons.
But you know what it shows me?
They've got their structure. They've got Battle Bet back there. Oh, so go on.
Sorry, you know what it shows me?
Yeah.
Just a quick point. It shows that system overrides talent.
Yeah.
I think they're coached so well and they play such a good game plan and they have the right players in the right spots. And I think when you got that and that clicks, that leads to more success than just talent. Like, you look at the names they've got out, like their midfield, you look at their midfield, the only formidable player and like A-grade type player you can name is probably John Newcomb. The rest are like, you're not really sure. Connor Nash is just the average player.
Yeah.
These Wards, these
Ambrosio's probably
McKenzies.
B pluser.
Yeah, he's a wingman. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
actual midfield.
Oh, you're
inside.
talking about the- yeah,
They
okay,
lost. They
right.
lost Warple. I can't think of anyone
I don't
else.
think he was an
other than-
A-class player anyway.
I'll be honest with you. I think they got a bottom six midfield in the comp,
But they make it work.
but they make it work.
Their ruck is pretty strong in Reeves. Like, Reeves had a really good game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can sustain that week in,
Yeah.
week out. Who's the other big boy they got going for him too?
Lloyd Meek.
Lord Meek,
Yeah.
the big Meek. Yeah.
I just think they're coached well. Good culture.
They've
yeah.
just got good structure. Who would have
Yeah.
thought Gunston will be at this
Exactly
level?
right. They're very lucky
at this
with him.
age. Very lucky.
Conditioning.
He's back to 2020. He's back to 2015 form.
Credit to their fitness staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So bottom line is they don't really lack anything except for midfield and depth.
Yeah.
Merritt would have been a perfect icing on the cake for it. Merritt was literally all they needed.
Yeah.
But anyways, I still reckon they're good enough to contend for a flag, bottom line. The other Victorian club that I reckon is in the box seat for flag favourites in Victoria,
Yeah.
the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
What do you
They're
reckon?
looking good. I mean, yeah. Again, I don't want to name a flag favourite in March, but like they're looking good.
Yeah.
They beat the reigning premiers.
Well, we're talking list-wise and form-wise.
Yeah.
I know we just started the season,
Yeah.
but if we had to talk, finals, if we had to, I know it's stupid to talk about it now.
Yeah.
But
They look good.
They look like they're in the box seat as a Victorian club. If they can get their big boys going like these Nordens, these Darcys, they've started very well. But as you know, footy's a very physical sport.
Yeah.
Being a footy player back in the day, ads.
Yeah, I was a superstar.
Let's
Has he
see
been
if
about my career?
let's see if their fitness staff could keep up to scratch with the endurance levels. But I'm sort of rambling on here. What's our next topic, Adam?
Next topic.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? Okay, I want to say, and we'll pro cop a lot of backlash for this.
Yeah, go on.
Collingwood versus Adelaide on Saturday night.
Yep, let's talk about it.
Look, the
I always
Crows.
love to talk about the Pies.
Crows are a great outfit. Obviously, minor premiers last year. I think we'll have a good season again this year. But dare I say it? Do you think the Pies are probably going to take a backward step in 2026?
Obviously,
Yeah.
yes. I think they know that too.
Yeah.
Every conversation I've had with their supporters, when we're not punching on, has been like,
Yeah.
we're not expecting anything this year.
But be mindful, that's every preseason talk for Collingwood. Every year we hear about
Nah,
their
but
list.
it's different this year. Like, I feel like they were hanging on by a thread with the age of their list over the past
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah.
And it was somewhat of an argument that they can contend for finals. This year, it's a hard, we're not expecting much.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from majority of Collingwood supporters I've spoken to,
Yeah.
no one's really expecting anything. But one thing I admire so much about that football club, as much as I despise them,
Yeah.
is no matter where they are, no matter where they're placed, no matter who their players are, they've just got such a winning culture
Yeah,
about
I
it.
agree, 100%.
They play for the passion, they play for the love of the club.
And they've had that for years.
And the arrogance is honestly admirable.
Yeah.
I envy it. I envy
Yeah.
it. Being a Carlton supporter, I envy it. Because look at their list now. You look at their youngsters. I can't even name one up-and-comer bloke under
Yeah.
22, apart from Nick Dacos, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Who's the next one coming out of there?
It's interesting.
See, there's a reason why you're thinking, because there's none. But these kids that played on the weekend, they showed heart, they showed courage, they showed discipline, they showed passion, and they got the job. Oh, well, they didn't get the job done. They got the job done against the Saints,
Yeah.
which no one was expecting. Obviously, St Kilda with that fucking bought list that's broken
Yeah.
the bank, you would expect them to comfortably
So they
beat a side like Collingwood, but that didn't happen. Collingwood
Yeah.
beat them. Bottom line is, no matter where they are on the ladder, no matter where their list is placed, they're always going to show that fight and
Yeah.
love for the club. So you got to give it to them.
Do you think it shows on the weekend, though, how much they lack a key forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've made it work over the years.
You know why
they
they
won
have?
a premiership without a key
Do you know why
forward.
they have?
Why?
Because their small forwards have been so dynamic.
Yeah.
I think when their small forwards don't, and it sounds probably a bit stupid, but when their small forwards don't perform, because that sort of outshines their lack of key forward talent.
Of course it does, especially when they had Bobby Hill, Bo McCurry,
Exactly.
Lockie Schultz going.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Elliott's,
Bobby
all
Hill's
these
not
guys.
there.
Exactly right.
Elliott was their main man, yeah.
Yeah, so when these guys don't fire, you see the lackluster in a key forward position role.
Oh, definitely. But then it gets heavily criticised and exposed when those smalls do not deliver.
Yeah.
McStay is I don't
Yeah.
want to say he's a bust. But
He doesn't look good.
He doesn't look good. And he looked all right against the Saints. But, that was pretty short-lived against the Crows. Bo McCurry's looking good for him. Lockie Schultz is looking like he's their man this year for him.
Yeah. Do you think the Pies finish higher than the Blues this year? I think the Blues got them this year.
I reckon it's safe to say Carlton finish
Yeah.
above Collingwood this year. And it would be fucking sad if that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
That would be depressing
Because I look at a list that's just
if
aging.
that was the case.
A list that's aging, and these guys that, like, Pendlebury playing half a game. It's like how long
Still side bottom,
will
still
that work
playing.
for? Brisbane Lions. Let's not throw the baby out of the bath.
Nah, mate. What were they last? No,
Yeah.
What were they last year? 0-5 or the year before?
Year before, yeah.
Year
nah,
before.
I'm not going to write them off by any means. Of course not. But 0-2 is not the greatest start. You want to sort of start the season with momentum.
Yeah.
But they've been in this situation before, and given the suspensions and injuries they have at the moment, McCluggage didn't play on the weekend.
Yeah.
Harris Andrews, you got a few guys out.
Yeah, they've got the caliber to be very strong
Yeah.
back in the season. Don't get it twisted there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be worried if I was
they'll
a
get their
Brisbane fan.
Yeah, no, they'll get their reinforcements that they need back, and Harris Andrews and
Yep.
Hugh McCluggage. I think Dunkley needs the lift right now for him. Their midfield is sort of getting exposed. Neil's doing a bit too much, more than what he's used to. But fuck me, they look behind the 8 ball against
Yeah.
Sydney. Sydney just carved them up. And can I just say, the Swans at the SCG are unbeatable. It's honestly a hack.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a cheat code.
It is a genuine cheat code. I've never seen a team dominate the past 2 weeks like they have.
But
Like that.
it's sort of like your Achilles heel, though, because it's like, okay, you're so used to those dimensions, you come to the G on grand final day, and you spud it up, which
Yeah.
we've seen them do.
The way those Gouldens and Warners slice and dice you through the middle. Oh, my, mate. And those Blakeys. Fucking Bice. Who the fuck is that guy?
The lizard.
The lizard.
Oh, Bice. He was like
Yeah.
he was from the Sandful, I think.
Yeah, where did they get him
The
from?
VFL.
Turned out
He
to
was
be
a
a
state league
star
player,
Good
yeah.
player. Anyways, yeah. Good to see Charlie Kerner not kick a goal.
Yeah.
I think he was like 0 goals 3, 0 goals 2.
Must have had a bike ride that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel Marty stole the show. But it makes you think, why the fuck did you need him then? Well, why did you need Curnow, Sydney? He didn't kick goal for you. Well, why did you need him?
I don't know. Probably a bit of marketing down in Sydney.
Who knows, man?
Need to post the boy down there.
Yeah, well,
Because those NRL blokes
have that. Didn't
take
kick goal
over.
for you. I'm sure he would have been spewing. And knowing Curnow, I don't know Curnow, but
Yeah.
you know how it always has to be the Curnow show in life.
Yeah.
He would be happy if the win, but he'd be spewing.
100% he would be
He would
spewing.
be spewing.
Yes. You go to sleep at night and wouldn't know what to do.
It's the Curnow show, mate.
Yeah.
He's got to kick a bag.
What else did I touch on? North Melbourne, actually.
Fuck, they surprised me, ads.
I checked the scores.
They surprised me.
I didn't watch the game and I checked the scores and I'm like, I thought to myself, is this the year of North?
Have
to
they
sort
finally
of,
clicked?
Have they clicked to just, I'm not saying like make top 8, but just sort of surge up a bit.
Yeah.
Get to that 12th, 10th spot.
Yeah.
Out of bottom 4 at least. And I'm not saying Port are a tough opponent. Like Port have their own issues. I don't expect much of them this year either. But a convincing win at home, one they probably wouldn't have got in previous years.
Definitely.
I think they played really well.
Mate, they played phenomenal. Never seen that North Melbourne side perform like that. Their pressure was amazing. The way that they sustained it for 4 quarters was so impressive. There was a bit of a scare. I watched the game. There was a bit of a scare there early on in the 4th.
Yeah.
I think Port kicked the first 2 or 3. And then the way that they just shifted the momentum, obtained the momentum and sustained their pressure right till the final siren was honestly quite impressive by North. And they proved me wrong because I ruled them out early on. When they just beat Collingwood in that practice match, I made a video saying they're still shit. They played their A grade team against Collingwood's C grade side and just beat them.
Yeah.
So I gave them a bit of shit, and I just want to formally apologise on that.
Yeah.
I reckon North.
Over a practice match, mate.
Yeah, well,
After Carlton's 2
North
games,
Melbourne. I thought it was an easy call.
After Carlton's 2 practice games, they were flag favourites. So, what are you judging it for?
Look, I'm not going to say North are going to make the 8. I'm going to have them around the wild card stage of the ladder.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big call.
I reckon they're going to be battling.
Call.
I don't think it's that big of a call. I know it's only round 1, but
they
showed enough
I rate the
for
call.
me to back them in week in, week out. I reckon they're going to be battling for that 10th wildcard position.
Interesting.
And I'd love to see him make that 10th spot. I'd love to see that happen. So shout out to North.
Yeah.
You guys proved me wrong, and I'm slightly on your bandwagon. I'll be watching you guys.
I rate the call.
Sort of closely this year.
But yeah, 'cause another coach under pressure is Clarkson as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Going into this season.
The honeymoon phase is over for Clarkson. He needs to show results, and this is it.
Because would you say going into this season, if they had another bottom 4 finish, is he gone?
Oh, probably, mate. It probably has to be.
Yeah.
All the facts will lie against him in that his coaching style was outdated.
And how long can your legacy?
And it hasn't worked out.
How long can your legacy protect you for?
Exactly right.
Yeah. But yeah, good job, North. That was a great win.
I reckon we'll leave it there, ads.
Yeah, I think we're footed out.
I reckon that's round 1 summed up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Back to the Bench podcasts like these. We'll try to get them out weekly.
Yeah, we will.
But let's just say fortnightly.
Yeah, we won't make any promises.
We won't make any promises. But good news is the podcasts are back.
Yeah, it's back.
So for those of you over the past 6 years have been like, how's the podcast?
Yeah.
Well, it's going pretty good now.
Better than ever.
All right, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, leave it there. That's it. It's done. I can't reach the button.
Yeah.
Done. That was pretty good. That was good.